What brings me joy in life is next to having lovely people around me is also daring to believe in more mystical things, and that not everything is to grasp, and just when you experience such a magical moment that you don't question too much about it and just take it.
We got it wrong, but it's alright.
Hi, it's Caro. Welcome to my podcast. Here we will talk about yoga, self-confidence and legitimacy. I've had the chance to meet a lot of inspiring people in my life, but during a trip to India, I lived in community with people who inspired me to make this podcast.
You get your dreams, just go ahead, let your head down.
Today, you will meet Shana, with who I shared my life for 1 month in India. Hello, Shana.
Hi.
How was your day?
Special, since I just gave my first real vinyasa class.
How was it?
It went really well, actually.
Can you tell me about yourself a bit?
So my name is Shana. At this moment in my life, I'm 28 years old.
Okay.
I live in Belgium, or I am from Belgium. Not really living somewhere at this point.
No.
Since I'm traveling, first at the yoga teacher training, a stop, and then going further into India and other countries, Southeast Asia.
So it's the first point of your trip now?
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, very exciting. Yeah, I'm looking forward for what's next to come. Yeah, I find it hard to answer such a question, like tell me something about yourself, because you could say many things. Like I like the sound of the bottle of wine when you just pour out the first glass.
Oh,
like
it missed me actually.
I can imagine. Like that, or I don't like biking in the rain, something like that. But you can say a lot of different things. So
I love
find
your presentation.
Yeah.
It's a nice one. Yeah. No, it's a really cool one. Okay, you're gonna travel by your own, or
yeah, yes,
or first time for you?
first time ever. Yes, so I wanted to do this for a long while, and somehow, even though I've had like a rough past year, the cards were all on the table to do this. And now that I'm finally here, I took the time to get here, and super happy and grateful for where I am now. And yeah, so it feels really good to be here with myself.
Yeah. It's really brave to just tell to yourself that you want to, but you're gonna do. It's different, but
Yeah,
it's cool.
I think it also somehow shifted for me. Like first, I felt like I had something to prove to myself, in the sense of I can do things on my own. I can do hard things alone. But actually, right before I left, I knew I can do this. I am able to travel on my own and take care of myself, but I don't need to prove this to myself anymore, because I know that
It's happening.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's happening, and also like it's also okay to rely on other people sometimes. But I think the idea of traveling on my own was more an idea that I had to prove to myself, really, like you can do things by yourself. But that's a very big thing that has been in my mind for a very long time, in the sense of I should not be too dependent on others, and that had become a very big thing. But yeah.
How is your self-confidence with yourself?
Yeah, at this point it's okay, but it has been very bad. Your mind makes up all of these stupid stories where it says that you're not good enough, or
Because people told you, or just you and yourself?
I not necessarily that people said this to me directly. People said this to me in indirect ways, like giving a lot of criticism.
Oh.
When I was young, and also previous ex-boyfriends who, ex-boyfriends are always the worst. Who had their own issues and they projected that on me, of course. It's a deal that many people of us know, I guess.
How long did you stay with him?
Too long. 1 year, yeah.
Oh.
And you can find it in the littlest things if you're a sensitive person.
Yeah.
So I guess that's always an accumulation of many, many things. Some very clear, some very unclear. But it's good to realize that, and since I'm like still on a big journey inwards towards myself, where I first lost everything, like the contact with myself, I'm finding it again, and that on its own gives me a lot more confidence. Cannot say that I'm confident, but I find myself much more in moments where I feel more centered and close to myself. Tuning in how you feel about situations, and not necessarily saying like this is a good thing or a bad thing, but just like in a sense like, okay, this is not for me.
Yes,
it's okay if it's for someone else, okay, but for me this is not working, so I'm not going into that.
How do you do to be more confident with yourself?
I have many tools, or I don't know, things that help me coming to myself, like just spending time alone and trying not to force myself to be social when I don't feel like it. And I'm still practicing that. That's been a challenge here as well, a little bit, because it's so nice to find yourself with lovely people and you want to be there and you want to find your place in the group, but sometimes you just feel like being alone, and then it's really like up to just doing that for a while and trusting that at another point you will be social again.
Yes.
But also telling yourself like it's really nice company here, and I really like these people, and I really hope that they will like me as well. But of course you cannot control that. But it's for me, how to find self-confidence again is trying to or saying to myself that myself is also that I am also good company for my own.
Oh, nice.
And that I'm
nice.
That it's I'm nice company for myself to spend time by, so that I don't always have to be with other people.
Is that why you go on traveling alone?
Yes, that's part of it. Yeah.
Yes.
And now like it's not anymore that I have something to prove to myself, or like prove that I can do things alone. I know that now, but I think that this journey will help me not to find myself, because I think that's a little bit of bullshit. Your troubles from home won't run away.
Yes.
Since we live in societies, structures, families that don't always serve us, we have to find our way in that. But I think this journey will help me to come closer to myself. Not to find myself, but to to tune in more to what do I feel, and does this feel alright for me, and do I feel like doing this, and just getting more in touch with the feeling, because we're always thinking too much. Our head has become too big, or whatever that it can produce, and I really believe, or I know, or this is my truth, that people just stopped feeling or are not taught to feel. And even though I'm a very sensitive person, I also tried to push all of that away. So this journey is for me to feel what feels good. And yeah, so yes, this journey on itself is also a way to find self-confidence again in some way, although that's not the goal. It's just the goal is just to come closer to myself. But I guess coming closer to yourself has self-confidence as a product.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. And can you tell me why you are here in Samyak Yoga to the teaching training?
Yeah. Because so I started yoga 3-ish years ago. I did it sometime with friends, and then also during COVID, I was actually an idea of a very fun friend of mine to call each other and to put on yoga with Adrian, and then just do yoga together online. So that was really nice, and we did the 30-day challenges and stuff.
So you start online 3 years ago?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
And it was really nice, and I just love to move my body in general. But then, I really felt okay, I like this yoga thing, and it's a nice physical exercise, and for me it was first a physical exercise, and it looked nice, and but then when I went to the physical classes, when people started chanting and doing telling stories and whatever, I was really whoa, this feels, there you have it again, the feelings, this feels so special, and this feels so good, and I wanted to dive deeper into that. Because in yoga class it's just a class, and the yoga philosophy, you don't get that, or just bits and parts from it here and there. So that's why I wanted to do, I've been looking to doing a yoga teacher training before, but then life happened and it could not go through. But at the moment when I decided to do this big travel journey, I wanted to because I was scared to leave on my own, and the idea was to first look for yoga training in Asia, to have something to go to where everything is structured, and just to ease into the idea of I'm away from home, I'm on my own. But then again, you meet lovely people, and that's just a great way to start your journey. And I just asked around a little bit here and there, and then someone recommended Samyak to me, and I just decided to book it. And
and here you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What yoga brings you to your life?
It does not always help me to quiet down my mind. I'm still working that, even though that's the purpose of the practice on its own. But I just love the beauty of it as well, and to focus on it. And when I arrive in that state, it really clears my mind. But that also depends on my mindset, and it can get better during practice. But now, with the yoga philosophies, it resonated so much with how I want to see life, how I want to understand and live my life. Not saying that I am already adopting this lifestyle, but there is a lot to it that falls into place, and that it gives me a little bit the feeling oh, I'm okay, I'm normal, but what is normal? But just it's really nice to have found something where I feel okay, this is something for me. Just the philosophy on its own, and then it puts the practice also in a much more beautiful perspective to me. So what yoga means in my life, I don't know yet, because I have the feeling that I haven't properly practiced it in its wholeness.
Yes.
But I'm very curious to find out after these teacher trainings, since it's been very intense, and I have the feeling that I need some time to let it soak in and integrate all of that in my daily life. But I am pretty confident that will happen organically. Yeah.
Are you okay to pick a question?
Yes.
It's a surprise one, so there is number on my pieces of paper.
Okay.
You have to choose one. Two. Okay. What's bring you joy in your life?
Joy in life. The older I get, even though I'm not so old, it's all about the little things. I'm pouring. There we go. Here's the introduction.
Yeah,
but it's great. It's like pouring out a glass of good red wine and hearing the first sounds of the bottle.
But also drink the wine, or just listen to the sound?
Drink the wine moderately. Yes, of course. But also just like the smallest thing, just a cute little bug that you see in the grass and that you're gonna observe, or just seeing people having a good time, or seeing people smile. A hug from someone that you love. Really, life doesn't have to be too much. It's really in all the connections that you make that are not about money, but just about being present with each other, or with something. Like how we visited the temple, like yesterday actually.
Yesterday.
I don't know, it gave me such a special feeling being there, not knowing why. But I think like also what brings me joy in life is, next to having lovely people around me, is also daring to believe in more mystical things, and that not everything is to grasp, and just when you experience such a magical moment, that you don't question too much about it and just
take it.
Take it, and feel it. Yeah.
Do you want to pick a last question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You know that your life gonna stop in 1 year. So, did you change something in your life, and why?
That's a very interesting question. I'm very happy with the adventure that I'm on right now, and trying to indulge in it and being happy with it. But if I would really have only 1 year to live anymore, like the idea is to travel for, let's say, a year.
Okay.
It will probably be shorter, or I don't know really, but I think if I really had only 1 year to live, I would travel maybe a little bit longer, but then I would ask so many of my friends and loved ones to be with me, to come with me, and maybe not even to travel or see the most amazing and crazy things, but just spend more time with the people that I love. And it is a really, that's a very special very special question to ask at this point. I feel like sometimes I've taken some people for granted in my life. I think that's something that we all know, but I'm feeling very conscious about that right now, and I want to do that differently. I would say more to the people that I love them and why I appreciate them. Spend time with them, travel a little bit, not alone, but with them. And then I can start to question myself, why am I doing this? why am I leaving? But no, I'm very happy with the choice that I made. But having only 1 year left, people get sometimes so lost in their mind, being worried about problems that are not that important as they seem. And I hope I would be able to put these things more aside and to enjoy each moment, even though not enjoying each moment is also part of a human life. Everything is found in balance, I guess.
Like in yoga?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
that's one of the main things that I've learned here. Like, everything has to... Like, it's something that you know, but just... I can feel it more now.
Thank you, Shana, to take the time with me.
You're very welcome. Thank you for listening to me.
It was nice, and I wish you a nice trip alone,
Thank
on your
you.
own. And yeah, thank you to be yourself.
Thank you too.
Thank you for listening. I'd like to thank Emilie Gordon for recording a song for the occasion and for the editing of this podcast. Feel free to share this podcast and follow me on Instagram, caro.yoga. See you next week for another interview.
3 little birds sat on my window, and they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Maybe sometimes we got it wrong, but it's alright. The more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Don't you hesitate, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. You go ahead, let your hair down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your hair down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere,